Hey guys, welcome to the channel once again. And in the last few days you have seen a lot of unboxing, speed test, which is really unconventional for this particular channel because we are geared towards tutorials, routing, flashing, new ROMs and stuff like that. So probably this is the end of this particular series and we are moving back to some things which we usually do. But before we do that, I thought why not do a comparison between Android O and Android P when it comes to the OnePlus 6. So we have one device that is running stock Oxygen OS 5.1.11 and we have the other device which is running Hydrogen OS beta. So we will just quickly have a look at what interface changes are there, how the different animations work out and stuff like that. This will be a relatively short video, but it should give you an insight if you really want to upgrade to the P beta or not. But before we begin, if you've not already, please subscribe and hit that notification bell icon because we do awesome stuff with smartphones. At the same time, here's a card to my second channel, that is Kratos 390. Go ahead and check that channel out as well. Now, without further ado, hello awesome people. Welcome to Smartphone Tutorials. My name is Kailash. Let's get going. Alright guys, so welcome to another video, and as you can see we have two OnePlus phones right now. Now the one on the left is running a locked bootloader with the latest official update, that is 5.1.11, which is of course based on Android 8.1 Oreo, and to the right we have a phone that is on unlocked bootloader and it is running Hydrogen OS beta 1. So basically that is Android P. Now the reason we are doing this video is not a speed test or something, that will come later, but for now, I just wanted to keep things side by side and check what is it that has changed, are there any major changes or not. Now the first thing that we notice here is if you look at the animation on Android O, it is very quick and subtle, but if you look at Android P, the animation is a little different, it is more pleasing and it grows on you. Now next up, if we have a look at the launcher on both the devices, there's not much of a difference. Both the launchers look more or less the same, but when we do swipe to the left in this particular launcher on Android P, you would see that it is white on Android O, but on Android P, because I'm running a dark theme, the dashboard is also in black color. So that is a welcome change. It makes the user interface much more uniform. Next up, when we have a look at the notification tiles, you will see that they are much different on Android O, and on Android P they are rounded. So basically, the Google guidelines of rounded UI is being followed by OnePlus, and it is a really neat addition. It gives us a fresh look. Now next up, if we go to the settings menu, you would notice that on Android O there are a list of settings available, but if you look at Android P, it is very well segmented. Now there are about 13 different segments and they have organized the settings menu in a much better and cleaner way. At the same time, the search bar in Android O is at the top right hand corner, but then again in Android P you have a dedicated search bar below the action bar. Next up, let's go to the display section. Now the first thing that you would notice, in Android O they don't have any icons to the left, but on Android P you do have icons where it is needed with the respective items like night mode, reading mode and stuff like that, and it looks much better in my opinion. Next up, if we also have a look at theme, you have default light and dark, but in Android P you have light, dark and colorful. Now when you switch to the colorful theme, what happens is it gives you a complete look of Pixel devices, that is your icons would be colored in the settings menu and everything else would be white, which looks really neat in my opinion. Looks like everything has gone white there. So let's quickly switch back to the dark theme. Now once again, if we look at the display menu or the settings under display, the best addition that I think in this particular update, when it comes to a customization point of view, is that the accent color picker, it just had like 8 set of colors, but if you look at Android P, it is completely customizable, and the best part is when you move the color slider, it gives you a real-time look with the settings icons and stuff, and in my opinion it looks really great. At the same time, pulse notification light is now known as blink light, so there's a slight change there, but it does more or less the same thing. Now coming towards the end of the settings menu, earlier we had something called as advanced, but now it is known as utilities, and that name looks much more appropriate because that name has all the OnePlus utilities. Last but not the least, while we have a look at the about phone section in Android O, it looks very generic and cluttered and stuff. But then again, in Android P, you have the owner section where you can, maybe put your photo and all the information, and then it goes on to give you all the other information and stuff like that. So it looks much more modern. Now moving on, if we quickly have a look at the camera app. Now the good thing here is that nothing has changed in the camera app. So yes, we can always use new features. Next up, if we have a look at the volume slider, like now when I press the volume button on Android O, it comes at the top, and you have a drop down menu wherein you can select different options. But the good thing that they have done with Android P is when you press the volume button, or when you try to increase or decrease the volume, it comes just next to the volume rocker, and that is a really convenient thing to do. Now while we are at cosmetic changes, let's quickly have a look at the power menu. Now the power menu on Android O, the rounded one in Oxygen OS, is something that I really like. But for now, as this is a beta, probably OnePlus have not designed it, so they are using the stock power menu, which has the stock P look, and you also have a screenshot button. Now another thing that is missing in the start menu is the advanced reboot menu, which allows you to go to recovery and fast boot and other options. I'm sure OnePlus should be adding that in the next beta update. Now another thing to talk about when it comes to artificial intelligence is battery. You do have AI based battery in Android P. Now I'm not really sure if OnePlus have added this in this particular ROM or not, but my usage has been more or less very similar to, the battery life has been very similar to stock Oxygen OS, so I guess that's a good thing, and we will find out in the near future. Now while we are talking about the battery, let me also tell you that the battery settings menu also looks different. It is much more organized now, as always, and the usage is displayed in a very different way as well, but it is more of a cosmetic overhaul. Yes, it does look functional, and yes, it does look better. Now wrapping this up, guys, more or less Android P is a welcome addition. It just builds upon how brilliant Android O has been so far, and I'm really excited to see the stable version of Android P come out soon on OnePlus 6. And if you would like me to make any other videos on this particular topic, or on OnePlus devices, please let me know in the comment section. I hope you guys liked the video, and if you did, please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. For now, this is Kailash signing off at Smartphone Tutorials. Until the next one, goodbye, take care, and keep smiling.